It has been a very, very quiet passage through the Bay of Biscay, and we have encountered, I don't know, looks like a coastal freighter probably. And I'm true to my word, even though it's wonderful out, even though we have perfect conditions out, for a deck gun attack in particular, I am not attacking this target. I am diving.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Seerohrtiefe.
I just wanted to, prove to you guys that I'm true to my word. I'm keeping to it. I'm not sinking anything. I'm being a good little boy. So, it's about daytime anyway, so I was going to do a dive just to avoid being seen regardless. But I just wanted to, justify myself, explain myself, demonstrate that I am an honorable man. At least as far as Silent Hunter 3 Let's Plays go. So, but that's like actually the first contact we've had. We had something over here that was not remarkable. It was a sound contact, it was daytime and everything, but so far so good. I think that this is going to work out decently for us.
Derzeitige Tiefe 1-0.
We just got this little radio message, and it says that Ark Royal is expected to be in the area of the western approach to the channel on February 13th. I think it's like, it's February 9th. And unfortunately, we are not in that area, and even if we were, given the confines of our mission, we wouldn't be able to sink it. But the best part of this message is that there is a destroyer in the frickin' Royal Navy called the Dainty. I just want you guys to know what we're up against here. If we run into the Dainty, I'm pretty sure we're pretty much screwed. So I'm glad that this came through. I'm at a loss for words, my god. Well, uh-oh. It's coming right for us. Yeah, it definitely is heading right for us because I can't really see its other masts.
Lage 3, 4, 6. Große
So, I'm going to dive,
Jawohl, Herr
and I'm
Kaloin.
going to change our course.
Seerohrtiefe. Neuer Kurs 2-7.
See if that works for us. Yeah, it looks like it's going to pass us by. Alright. Game's just keeping me on my toes, I guess. Huh? This is an example of the game script not syncing with your actual mission. This is implying that we're going to be in the channel area based on history, but in reality we've been assigned somewhere else entirely. But yeah, not really jibing here. So that happens from time to time. You just have to ignore these little things and move on with your life. And one thing I forgot to mention after I got that message, where we are now, which is off the southwest coast of Portugal, the seas are horrible. And I was actually recording a previous take of this little spiel that I'm giving you right now, and it was so choppy I had to stop. So apparently the weather was affecting my computer. But at this point everything's fine. So I don't know what was going on with that, but we're good. Having bad weather is actually really good for the purposes of our approach into Gibraltar. It makes us less visible, and that's good. So this is kind of last-minute good luck for us. Hopefully it holds. It probably won't. I just came across a ship, and it looks like it is making a run for Gibraltar. We're going to run into more and more of this, I think, as we get closer. I slightly adjusted our course northwards in this area. I was like, well, maybe I shouldn't go straight through, just because I didn't want to run into traffic like this. But apparently that's going to happen regardless. So this guy is at a real awkward position for us because he is... wait a minute. Yeah, he's running exactly the same course we are, and if I stay submerged, he's not going to really slow down. Or we're not going to overtake him either, so I think I'm just going to try to put some distance between us and him. Jeez, this is awkward. How about like this? And then we'll move it back north a little bit so that we can continue on. Because I really don't want to get close to anybody here. Looks like we're starting to get a little bit more distance. I want to get at least 5,000 kilometers of north-south distance between us. So that's partly why I'm taking this extreme angle. He is turning south now. You piece of shit. Oh, wait. That's one thing about the contact update thing, is that the line will break, and so you'll get this false impression of where the actual ship is. He's still going east, it turns out. But, so my ridiculous cussing there was unwarranted. But, it was just the game playing a trick on me. You could, I don't know. I don't really know if I have an excuse for that. So I think I will turn us east-ish now. Looks good. Let's see if we can see him on periscope. It says long range, which should be almost out of visual range, possibly, but we'll just make sure that that's the case. The waves are going to be really rough, so I might not get a good sighting using my periscope, which is fine. That just means that he's not visible, and that's what we want. So I don't see him over there. I am going to surface. Hopefully... Oh, no. That's not... That's not how you surface. That's how you run silent. Stop whispering at me. God. This is going to be fun. Alright. So, he didn't see us, I don't think. We should be good to continue our run. Okay, so we're getting close now. I've got the time compression at 256, and we should be arriving at nightfall, which is perfect. Absolutely perfect, because we've already got a radio report of a ship going east through there. We're probably going to get more, whether visual or by sound, or more by radio, but I think that we're going to see a lot of contact as we go through here. So I'm just going to keep it running here, because I think that this might get a little bit dicey, but if not, I'll be pleasantly surprised, and I can just either throw this recording out, or cleverly edit it so that it's interesting. You can see that this thing's going crazy. We still have raucous waves, and we still have our periscope up slightly. Moron! But I think that we're probably still good. I think that the conditions are still favorable to us. Well, that's too fast. We don't want to do 1024. Partly, the reason why I don't do 1024 so much is that if... I believe I mentioned this earlier in the Let's Play. If you do 1024 or even 512, the game doesn't really emulate airplanes very well. Shit. Told you. 351. Oh, he's a big boy. Let's get under. Alright, so let's actually turn south. He looks like he's heading right for us, too. Yeah, we've got another sound contact regardless. It's going to go right over the top of us. Okay, so let's change course to north. Oh, man. What kind of water are we in? Fairly deep. 25 should be alright. Okay, so there's this guy that's close that's coming by. He doesn't see us. He's just going straight, it looks like. So I'm going to go east now. There's these other two, though. Let's see if we can figure out where they're going. This one's going east into the straits, it looks like. I couldn't really see what this one was doing. Game is not letting me speed up because there's a ship in close proximity to us. Tap, 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 tap. Come on. He didn't see us, I'm pretty confident of that, but... he's just close as all. Right? Maybe there's something I should know about. Okay, we're clear, it looks like. Okay, let's see if we can figure out where these two are headed. We'll just adjust our course south so that we can get a better idea. This one's definitely heading into the straits. That one's heading out, the one towards the north. And it looks like that other one that we've been having periodic contact with is heading in. So let's head east. And I think I will do that surfaced, because this guy is well outside of visual range. this guy is too. So battery power is looking good, but I'd rather start making some progress to the actual straits if I can. Alright, my engine compartment needs to be swapped out too, so I'll do that. Just use all these jokers. We should have pretty good efficiency in there after I swap them out. Almost full, it looks like, yeah. Right on, okay. That's looking good. Weather is horrible, or seas are horrible. Jesus. I think I will keep us going east as opposed to following that course that I had laid in. There's a good possibility that we're going to overtake some of these guys, so at some point maybe I will jog us southeast. Yeah, let's do that now. That kind of just bides time for us. And the game is stuttering, so it's loading ships. Let's just take a quick peek with our binoculars on our own. Sometimes the AI, once it gets into weather like this, has a hard time seeing things, so it's just so inconsistent that way. Like, it was seeing stuff that was 9 kilometers away practically before, and now there will be instances with this kind of weather where it won't see anything that's like just right in front of its nose. So sometimes when it's like this, I like to just take a watch myself and see if I can find anything, but in this case it looks like we are genuinely clear, so that's good. Alright, well, so far so good. We're about to hit the perimeter that I set up. Just be a matter of seconds here. And once I hit it, I want to note the time. Let's see if I can find something to write on. Just because I did set up that rule. Okay. I found a pen and a blank envelope. Write that down. Okay, where is it? That was on the map. That was a really distant contact. That is not distant though. That's a destroyer right there. Ooh boy. I don't think he was turning based on what I was seeing there, but we do want to monitor that situation closely. Yeah, he's gonna pass us by. There's another merchant. God, this is stupid. This is a really stupid idea. Oh my God, what am I thinking with this? I don't know, we might be getting hunted because that guy should... Nope, we're not getting hunted. Okay, let's see. Have we crossed the threshold? We have... we'll call it 2215 because I think I just am about to cross it, yeah. 2215 sounds good. So I have to remain in this area for another 24 hours. And that's probably going to mostly be me going towards Gibraltar. I've lost track of what's a warship and what's not, so I need to get a better report here. 328, he's closing. He's moving at medium speed. So that might be him. I don't know for sure. But let's plot a more interesting course now. I think skirting more towards the south is wise, at least at first. We'll stay kind of on the periphery here. And then I might jab us west a little bit. It's going to be really hard to kill that much time in this small of a space. Oh man. What was I thinking? How about this? Okay. This is this time that's set up here is based on my submerged speed of 5 knots. So once I am surfaced, this isn't going to take hardly any time. This is going to take roughly 3.5 hours to get to. So we'll just have to see what happens with this. I don't know. For the time being, I think I'm going to stop recording, just because I'm just going to be dilly-dallying around, but I probably will have some contact with some nice, delicious destroyers, so once that happens, I'll pick it back up. Just wanted to mention that we're within sight of the Moroccan coast here. So I am definitely hugging the southern part of our perimeter. Spain is off, well, Gibraltar and Spain are off in that direction. So far, so good. I mean, we're getting some merchant sound contacts here and there, mostly in the direction of Gibraltar, surprise, surprise, but I think I do want to try and keep this a genuinely difficult effort, and rather than plotting around exactly on the perimeter of this, I do want to kind of get into this core area, which is probably where there's going to be a lot of traffic. So I can't really guarantee that it's going to go very well. But with that said, it's probably not going to go well anywhere in this area. So I'm just going to give it a whirl and kind of poke around and recon it out. So we'll just have to wait and see. Okay, I was expecting this.
Seerohrtiefe.
It's really actually been a while since we had any contact with anything. He seems to just be continuing on, which is just fine by me. And I've been actually going at a head slow for most of my little jaunt, my little wandering around here, just because I need to burn time. It's actually a disadvantage, really, because if I'm just sauntering around slowly, it makes me that much easier to detect, and I can't pick up speed to avoid anybody. So this is actually still pretty dangerous, even though it seems like I'm being kind of casual about it. I just don't know what else to do other than sit and possibly get shot at. So let's actually take this in now, because I don't want to head over there. Probably some kind of destroyer on patrol. The thing that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to stay above water as much as I can during the night, and then during the day I want to try to dive just to avoid any mishaps. There seems to be quite a bit of activity here. That looks like a right here, that looks like a sweeping patrol ship of some kind. That's probably a tugboat or a, well, it could be a merchant leaving the harbor, but just based on previous experience with harbors, I know that they tend to just have ships floating around doing nothing. So I think that we're clear now, though. So let's just put up the periscope and make sure. I really have no idea what's in Gibraltar. We've got those active contacts that we're hearing, but most of the stuff that I'm interested in, if I do succeed in my mission, it's not going to be moving, and thus it's not going to be making a sound. Well, it's not going to be making a sound. Keep it simple, stupid. And thus I won't be able to hear it, and thus I won't have any idea what's there until I actually look. So I think we're clear. I'm going to surface us and continue on with our little poking around here. Let me just say that crew management is really, 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 really important. And it's something that I neglected pretty badly here. Here's what happened. These two officers are exhausted, and I need them. I need them because I need to have somebody on watch up on the bridge. The reason this is a significant problem is that I've had to divert somebody off of bridge duty to be chief engineer, and also I've had to take this guy out of the engine room, and I'm having to use one of my chiefs to keep things running. So it's going to work out, but you have to really be careful, especially if you have limited crew resources, which I don't. But you know, early on in the war or early on in your career or whatever, you're going to have situations where you're going to run out of manpower. So do be careful with that. Just a quick game pro tip or something. I don't know, pro tip. Retarded. Here's another one. Fortunately, my watch chief is competent, and I don't have a watch officer to ask where he saw the contact. That is an anti-submarine trawler right there. So I'm going to dive to avoid him. He does have hydrophones. So fortunately, we do have silent running enabled. So he shouldn't be able to hear us. But I think my men are getting kind of fed up with this. We haven't sunk anything. So I think people are getting kind of pissed off with this whole situation. But it's what I promised to you, the viewer. So we're going to stick with it. Let's see if we can find out which way he's going. It looks like he goes to the north. There's another warship. And another warship. And another warship. And they're all heading east, and they're moving fairly fast, so I would bet that those are all torpedo boats. And we just got a radio message. Let's see if it's interesting. Oh, crap. Poor U-33. Well, he probably was doing something equally stupid. Now, here's something that came up in one of my text portions of the Let's Play. How in the hell am I hearing this boat? The fucking Rock of Gibraltar is standing between me and that boat. It cannot get any more ridiculous. That is utterly retarded. I cannot believe that that's modeled in that way in this game. I mean, it's just so ridiculous. So inexplicable. When it happened to me before, I was way up in Lerwick there. And I was able to hear basically through one of the islands up there. It was just totally stupid, and it made the attack really unchallenging. And it's happening here again. I expected this to happen, but it's just extra stupid with the Rock of Gibraltar standing right between me and him. So, speaking of which, I haven't seen The Rock yet, so... I've seen the movie The Rock. I haven't seen The Rock of Gibraltar yet, though, so... I'm looking forward to actually running into it. And that trawler looks like he is coming towards us. Let's go this way. Change of plan. And he's gonna go right by. Okay, good. So we're still undetected. We're still true to our word. We've been here for about 9 hours. So we just have 15 hours left before we can commence an attack on Gibraltar, if we survive. Whew, this is kind of exhausting, because I can't really increase the time compression that much. I can increase it to maybe 64 without feeling like I'm going to run into a battleship or something. So this is taking some time, but I hope it's worth it. Welcome to the Rock. Yep, that's Gibraltar there, way off in the distance, and it looks like a big old white pile of cocaine or something. I don't know if that's really what it looks like in real life, but you can also see the harbor lights over yonder, and I was just trying to take a peek. Obviously we're within visual range, so we're about 6 or 7 kilometers away, so we're quite close. But I wanted to see if I could get a look at whatever warship is in the harbor there, just so that I could see what I was going up against, but I can't see it yet, so... We've got a trawler here, and I would like to try and keep us under for a bit. Maybe I'll actually just throw caution to the wind. Maybe I will head straight for the harbor. Just because I do want to recon it a little and figure out what's in there. But there is a huge amount of merchant traffic in here. It's ridiculous. Looks like that trawler is heading back into the harbor. Let's see if we can get that guy to get a little bit closer. No, we're not going to get him close enough. He just keeps doing a little loop over there. Gosh, I wish I could see him. Yeah, I can just see the harbor entrance and that's it. So... might have to wait till nightfall, then we can get a little bit closer and see if we can take a peek at him. But we have passed the halfway point, and then some, actually. We are almost 13 hours into this, so things are looking pretty good for us. Ding ding, bitches, it's 22:15. Now is the hour of your discontent. Or my abject failure, probably. So yeah, it's February 12th, 2215. Well, not the year. That came out wrong. It's February 12th, 1940. The time is 22:15. We've been here since February 11th, 1940 at 22:15. So we are officially ready to commence our attack. We are underwater right now because some asshole Greek ship or something is in the area, and I'm trying to avoid it. It seems as though it's heading into Gibraltar, and we suddenly don't have any sonar contacts, which is bad. Yeah, that guy's too tired to do his job correctly. Let's get somebody fresh in there. And as if by magic, we will suddenly get sonar contacts again. There you go. So there's a little tip for you guys. If your crew is halfway tired, they're 100% unable to do their job, I guess. At least at that post. I've found that they tend not to do such a good job if they are super duper tired there. And I'm trying to get through this a little bit more quickly. I've got the time compression up to 256. I was just recently surfaced until about 21:45 or so, and then that Greek asshole came by. On the map, while we're kind of slowly progressing, well, we're also getting radio messages constantly. Basically, the Ark Royal, one of the few aircraft carriers that the Royal Navy has, is being hunted, and we keep getting messages about it, and I don't care. It's slowing my game down. But here's a brief kind of overview of the defenses here. Try to disregard the hydrophone lines. The course I'm taking is putting us right through here. And then this right here, this little octagon, contrary to what you may think, is not a UFC ring. It is the rough area where there's some kind of warship patrolling around. I don't know what kind it is, but based on the fact that it's moving around really quickly and in kind of a bunch of different directions, I'm going to assume it's something small. So something maybe like a trawler and possibly like an Elco boat, some other rat-like ship that is going to annoy the crap out of me probably. And then this little dot or mark here is the location of a shore gun emplacement. So that's really the risks that we run in. Oh, and also the line here. This line is a merchant ship of some kind that keeps coming up on hydrophone. I don't know what it is. I'm expecting that there will be guns throughout Gibraltar, probably all around the entire harbor, in fact. Why is it... oh yeah, I didn't speed it up after that message. I don't care. I just don't care. There's traffic coming in and out of Gibraltar. The way that the game models traffic, I guess, is once something comes into the harbor, it magically disappears and it's gone. It's considered to have arrived and it will not dock. It just, as, you know, the same as your U-boat. Once you save and exit at a dock, you're gone. You've vanished. So that's kind of unrealistic and a little bit annoying, but we can make it work. We're getting constant hydrophone contacts, and there's also a question of what these are. I don't know what those are. I don't know if I care. It might be the Greek dude that was being a pain. And also, this game gets really wonky with the time compression cranked up like that. This is actually that merchant. That line was inexact. It was just kind of meant to guide me a little bit. I'm trying to thread the needle a little bit and get between our merchant friend and then the warship there. Then we've got warships over here. Those are probably the destroyer screen that's been set up to keep U-boats out of the Mediterranean. So we're not going to bother with them. Probably the only reason why I mention that, though, is that they could come and hunt us if we make our presence known here by some, I don't know, set of circumstances. So I think I'm going to just keep creeping, and this is kind of unexciting. Once we're under like this, it's going to be really hard for us to be seen. So I think I will stop recording until we actually get into the harbor.